to our Internet Mastery webinar series for the month of February. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, join me, Mark Burstein, as your guide to Internet Mastery, leveraging the Internet and your Acceleragent website for maximum potential. Now, Property Minder, we've been around for about 12 years, helping real estate agents with their Internet marketing needs. And me personally, Mark Burstein, I've been a professional real estate agent for the past 8 years, and I've leveraged the Property Minder Acceleragent website in my business for the past 8 years. So I do know a little bit about leveraging the system for success. I was the Rookie of the Year in my office with over 150 agents, and am consistently ranked in the top of my office. You know, I don't sell hundreds of homes every year. I don't try to. Reality, I do enjoy my free time, so I'm not trying to kill myself as a real estate agent. But on the other hand, we do have a family to support, so we do work very hard in our real estate business, and really working smart by leveraging the tools available to help free up some time to do some of the fun things in life, like play golf, right? We all want to enjoy our lives, not just work all the time. So today we're going to be talking about driving traffic to your website. Now, just a few rules of engagement. We've got quite a few people on the webinar today, so we're not going to be able to have much back and forth, otherwise it could just turn into a mess. I would encourage you, please, if you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, to shoot me an email at mark@bursteingroup.com. That's my private email address. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions, address your concerns, and hear your feedback, good or bad. I encourage you to please let me know what you think of this presentation via email. And you can also connect with Property Minder on Facebook at facebook.com/Property Minder. And be sure to like it. We'll have some very interesting materials online coming on later this month that'll be very beneficial to your business. So you want to be sure to be friends with us on Facebook. So, the 3 phases of Internet Mastery: driving traffic, generating leads, and following up. The 3 phases, they kind of work together to create a system. So although today most of our discussion is going to be regarding driving traffic to your website, you have to have a thorough understanding of what we're trying to accomplish as real estate professionals by leveraging all 3 components of Internet Mastery to create a system. And they all have to work together. So you have to figure out a way how I'm going to drive traffic to my website. Once I have the traffic on my website, what am I going to do there to generate a lead, get contact information, and then how am I going to follow up with that lead to achieve the ultimate goal, which is get a buyer on a buyer agreement or a seller to sign a listing agreement and actually work with us as a real estate professional. So the 3 components, they all have to work together. Okay, so just a little overview here. If you're leveraging, let's say, pay-per-click as a method of driving traffic, you're going to pay people that go to search engines per click to come to your website to look at property listings. You're going to leverage those property listings, the details of those property listings, as an exchange to generate leads. And then once you get that contact information, you're then going to follow up with those people to convert them into clients. So that's just a quick down and dirty example of how everything works together. But we're going to get into a little more details today. So the schedule of the webinars, today we're going to talk about driving traffic part 1. Mainly going to focus on driving traffic offline, so from other avenues such as your flyers, your business cards, offline marketing techniques to drive traffic to your website. And then also one of the most critical aspects of leveraging the Property Minder system is leveraging the listing alerts to drive traffic back to your system. I'm putting that in today's session just because I think it's the most critical and important aspect of having the Property Minder solution in your business. And you want to, if you're new to our company, if you're new to our systems, you want to make sure you get that going right away. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. Now, next Tuesday, we're going to talk about driving traffic online, right? How to leverage search engines, search engine optimization, and pay-per-click. We're going to talk about using our Craigslist tools for maximum effectiveness to drive traffic from other websites to your website. And also, we're going to touch on social networking, how to leverage Facebook, how to leverage LinkedIn and Twitter. So those are going to be all our discussions next Tuesday, same time. Be sure to register for next Tuesday's webinar. And then we're going to talk about the following week, generating leads, how to leverage the lead capture on your website to actually capture those leads that come to your site. And then the next following 2 sections are going to be regarding our follow-up systems, how to leverage the automated follow-up in your Property Minder Accelerate website, how to set up drip campaigns and effective strategies for using those drip campaigns to get clients. And then the second part of follow-up is how to leverage the client tracking tools within your Accelerate website. And then the conclusion, just kind of wrapping things up and touching on all the various aspects of Internet Mastery. That'll be on the last Tuesday in February. Kind of interesting. We got all 5 sessions in 1 month. Got lucky with timing, I guess. All right. So today's discussion, we're going to do a little preface. We're going to talk a little bit about marketing in general. It's a little basic marketing 101. Not going to spend a whole lot of time, but I just do want to touch on a few things with regards to marketing that are important concepts when thinking about what we're going to be doing here with the internet and your Accelerate website. Also going to touch on the power of your website. I know in going to various real estate offices, sometimes I go over some of the interesting aspects or things you can do with your website, and I get a lot of ahas. And sometimes for clients that have been with us for years and years, had no idea, oh, you can do that? I didn't know. So just a quick touch on some of the various aspects of your Accelerate website that you can leverage in your business, just to make you aware. And then we're going to talk about driving traffic to your website and the various offline techniques there are to generating traffic. And we're going to talk about leveraging the property listings and then a summary at the end. So as far as marketing goes, in general, there's 2 types of marketing out there. And I'd ask you the question of what they are, but you can't answer anyway, so I'll just give them to you. Number 1 is branding. Now, what is branding? According to businessdictionary.com, branding is a process involved in creating a unique name and image for a product in the consumer's mind through advertising campaigns with a consistent theme. So we're aiming to establish significant differentiated presence in the market that attracts and retains loyal customers. When we think of branding, that's some of the things that come to my mind. Companies that do an excellent job of branding, like Nike, for example. You don't even need to see the word Nike. You just see that little swoosh, and you already know, A, it's Nike. B, they make sporting goods. They make pretty comfortable shoes, right? Or Apple with their little Apple logo. We already know when we see that Apple logo, hey, they make iPhones, they make iPads, they make computers. These companies have spent hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure you associate with their brand. All right? And the other type of marketing there is direct response marketing. Direct response, as defined by the same businessdictionary.com, it's a promotional method in which a prospective customer is urged to respond immediately and directly to the advertiser through the use of a device provided in the advertisement. The direct response is those lovely infomercials we see on television, right? Pitching the total gym. Call now to get in shape, right? Direct response marketing. We're going to have a pitch, and we want you to act now. We want you to call now. We want you to visit our website now in order to interact with my company and buy whatever it is I'm selling. Now, fact or fiction, folks, due to the high cost of typical branding campaigns, real estate agents should not concern themselves with marketing that relates to branding. What do you think? True or false? Fiction. Now, granted, we don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on television commercials and magazine ads, so forth and so on. But the reality is, email marketing is cheap once you have the list. So you definitely can concern yourself with branding type marketing, leveraging email, right? Once you have a following of people, once you have a list of people that are receptive to your emails, you can then focus on branding type advertising to create your loyal following. Okay? Now, when it comes to direct response marketing is something we're going to focus a little more on than branding because, A, it's measurable. You can create an ad, ask for a response, and you'll know very quickly if that ad was effective or not. And direct response marketing creates an immediate impact on your business because you're going to make somebody a special offer. In order for them to adhere to that special offer, they have to act now and create a lead in your Accelerate website. So in order to get what we're looking for, in order to get leads, in order to create relationships, I think it's very important we have to understand what consumers are looking for as it relates to real estate and the internet. Now, the number one thing the consumer is looking for, absolutely positively, far and above and beyond anything else, is property listings. People go online looking for real estate information because they want to see houses. They want to see condos. They want to see pictures. They want to know how much these things cost. Okay? They also maybe want to get information about the process if they're a first-time home buyer. You know, what does it take to buy a home today? Or if they're selling a home, what does it take to get my house ready for sale? But very, 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 the emphasis is much, much lower. And then also information about you. Are they really going online to find out about who you are as a real estate agent? Now, granted, some of us that like to work by referral, that might very well be the case. You know, if one of my clients or one of my friends refers my business to another one of their associates, that associate might Google me, my name, before calling me or contacting me. Yeah, in that case, they may want to find out information about you or about me. But in reality, what they're really looking for is, what can you do for them? Oh, great. You're honest and trustworthy and all that good stuff, but what can you do for me? What am I going to get for working with you in helping me buy or sell my home? Am I going to sell my home faster and for more money? Or am I going to buy my home with less headaches? What can you do for them? So just to see, guys, if we're out there looking at our competition when it comes to websites in the marketplace. And as you can see, the competition is addressing the most important aspect of what consumers want online on their websites. Number one, Realtor.com, one of the biggest portals for real estate information in the United States. The first thing that people encounter when they go to Realtor.com, find a home. Look at property listings. You can do so pretty quickly and easily. They give you some to browse right away, and you have the ability to create your search online. Zillow.com, same thing. Instant and immediate access to searching for property listings and getting property listing information. Trulia, same thing. First thing to do when you engage the Trulia website, see what's for sale right away. Find the location and click search. That's the number one reason people come online. We should be addressing that in our websites. This is a copy or example of my Accelerate Agent website. First thing that we do, property listings. What can you do? Look for properties. Custom IDX links. So things to think about with setting up your Accelerate Agent website. Make sure to get access to property listings right away. In fact, one of the most successful lead generation campaigns I've ever had, I didn't even push people to the front of my website. In fact, I drove the traffic directly into the Find a Home search page on my Accelerate Agent site. No fluff, no baloney. You want property listings, go to this website. For all the property listings in Santa Clara County, pictures and virtual tours, click here. When they click here, they get to this page. The first thing they can do is set up a search. That's it. That was one of my most successful lead generation campaigns. Didn't give them a lot of options. I drove the traffic to my website with a very clear understanding that, hey, if you click on this link, you're going to get to my website and you're going to be able to look at property listings. And you want to give them access to that as fast as possible. Because remember, the whole point of generating that traffic to your site is to generate the lead. Give them what they want. Generate that lead. And then you can sell them all your other stuff once you have their contact information.